Welcome to Cape Fear Koi.
And welcome back, Cape Fear Koi Kichis. We're doing a UV install. We got a customer that needs one on a 1,200-gallon pond. It's an inline. We're going to show you a few tricks on why it's better to install a certain way. It's very simple to install. This video will give you the confidence to do it if you've never done plumbing. I'll show you tricks on how to prime, how to glue, which fittings are better than others, and save you a ton of headaches. So be sure to check it out, and we hope you enjoy it. All right, so this is it right here. It is a 15 watt. The pond that it's going on is roughly 1,000 to 1,200 gallons. So rule of thumb is 1 watt for every 100 gallons. So this should be more than enough. It doesn't have a super high volume flowing, so we should get enough contact with water and light. And the nice thing about this is that it's a sterilizer, not a clarifier. So sterilizer, well, as you can read, it eliminates algae, bacteria, protozoa, and fish disease. So the difference is that this sterilizes the water. These are much more efficient as far as treating your water. So we're going to put this one on for the small little pond. And this is the pond. Now there's a lot going on in here. For a lot of these items are for sale. So they need a lot of things going in the pond and all around. But they do need clear water if they want to sell some products. All right, so here is the line here. So we're going to hide it back in here. So we're going to cut a couple stakes, set them here, and then run the pipe right through here. Okay, so here I'm at a local hardware store, and I'm limited on my options. 1.5 inches here. These are ideal as far as the shape, but I don't like the flange here, the hub. It's only about 1/2 inch, and this is the 90, a complete 90, but it's a hard 90. And this causes a ton of restriction. When the water flows, it slams into the edge and then has to get pushed here. So for every hard 90, you lose about 17%. So I don't like these because you don't have a lot of surface to glue. So these break under pressure, crack, become disconnected. The one I would like to have is this or this with a deep well like this, but that's too hard. Don't like that one. And then there's these. So I could make 245s. And these have the 1 inch deep wells here. So I think I'm gonna glue these together, marry these, make a 90, and I'll do this for every 90 I need to do. But these are what I'm gonna go for, and that's why. So it's super important when you glue. You see all of this goes in to make contact to glue so you don't leak or become disconnected. Very important when doing your plumbing. Okay, so this is more or less what it's gonna look like. So my intake will go through here. It's gonna flow then into the UV, through the UV, out, through, and then out towards the waterfall. So that's more or less the shape it's gonna be. All right, let's start cutting. All right, cut through, let's let it drain out, and start gluing our pieces together. You wanna make sure all your fittings are clean. With the primer here, so that looks nice and pretty. So we're gonna repeat this process on all fittings. Put a primer on, clean the edges, put a primer. Okay, so real quick, I've already glued all this up here, but I want to give a quick tip, really important for gluing. So, glue both pieces. Get that in there nice and even.
Pre-primed.
Yeah, it's already primed. And then glue this one.
Glue on both pieces, not just one.
Yep.
Preventing air.
So, and it's prevent that air, so push in, get it in there, and then give it there you go, quarter turn. So as it turns, any kind of air bubbles and things are now removed and squished out. You also want to hold that for a few seconds because the pressure does want to push it out. So hold it for a few seconds, and you let go, and that's fine. And then, also when you line up your plumbing, you see fittings have these lines in them, actually for a reason. You can line them up to make sure you're in line. So that's in line, that's in line, that's in line. That makes sure everything is square going all the way through. So then you can see like this line and that line. So I'll glue these two and then put them together. Now I know that I'll be perfect. Let's do that real quick.
Putting glue on both pieces makes it so that it's even coverage, right?
Yeah, even coverage all the way through. They said, no, just make sure that the lowest chance of error. So, you want to go here, press down, quarter turn, line those two up just like that. Now I'll just hold it for a few seconds and that'll be good. And then we will be able to install it, put that in here, and then this is adjustable to get exactly how we want it. Okay, so here this is going to be the post that's going to sit on. I'm going to cut this, put a nice little spike on it, the stake, flatten the top off there so we can pound it in the ground, and then we'll glue it all together and mount it to this right here. Ready?
Yep.
So here we set the post. All right, now here is the bulb. It has 4 pins which they feed into the end of the UV housing, and it's a very tight fit, so you have to be very careful to put that in. And when you do so, you might have to wiggle a little bit. You might have to be very easy with it because you don't want to touch the glass with your fingers. And once connected, slide the bulb into the crystal housing. And on the threads, be sure to use Teflon tape. So then thread the nut, then afterwards, tighten the acorn to hold everything tight. A very nice feature that I like about this particular UV is this plunger here. So you're actually able to clean the crystal sleeve that's inside there, and with a brush it actually slides back and forth and it keeps your bulb clean to make sure that you're getting your maximum power. This is a really nice feature that not all UVs provide. Now it's time to glue the final pieces. So these are pre-assembled. We're going to mount this to the UV here, and then we're going to mount to the supply line. And now that everything's plumbed, we're now going to fasten the unit to the post. We're going to use 2-inch C-clamps, and everything will be tight. And that's it, all fastened, ready to go. With a few tricks and tips, you can have it done and do it yourself. Save yourself a ton of money, no need to hire a contractor. We really hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. And if you liked the video, please hit like and hit the notification bell as well to be notified on the next one. We hope it gave you confidence and the ability to install your own. And until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks for being part of Cape Fear Koi. Comment down below and say hi. We'd love to say hi back.